Facebook Live turned into quick death for 4 men in a speeding BMW. A live video from inside a car clocking 230 kilometers per hour on Uttar Pradesh's Purvanchal Expressway right before a fatal crash has gone viral on social media. The 4 men could be seen speeding and accelerating while egging the BMW driver to touch the 300 mark. All occupants of the car met their fatal end after colliding with a truck on the expressway. Just one could be heard saying, "All four of us will die" in the video. The BMW occupants were chasing a stunning 300 kilometers per hour when it collided with the truck on the Purvanchal Expressway. All 4 immediately succumbed to their injuries on the spot and the car turned into rubble after the fatal crash.
चारों मरेंगे। रुकिए एक मिनट शांति। अब देखिए ले लिया है। शांति रहो। हाँ शांति रहो तभी चला पाएंगे। स्पीड में 300 पहुंचा देगा ठिकाना पे। खाली कनेक्ट तो कर। सीट बेल्ट लगा लीजिए जी। सीट बेल्ट लगा दीजिए। अपना भी सीट बेल्ट लगा लीजिए। लंबा दिखेगा तभी खींचेंगे। ठीक है सीधा है यही से मार ठीक है हाई स्पीड बनाइए यही से मार 200 170 ये रिपोर्ट कीजिए फोन नहीं करो तो 300 मार
इसी की वजह डाइवर्जन किया गया है और इसी की वजह से ये सब हुआ है। एक्सीडेंट जो आज हुआ है इसी की वजह से हुआ। अरे इसको सही कर किया जाए और क्या, इसको जो है 15 दिन हो गया है। 4 लोग मर गए हैं, इसमें सर कट गया है, डाइवर्जन किया गया गाड़ी का।
काफ़ी हाई स्पीड एक्सीडेंट लग रहा है और वो कोई इसमें सर्वाइवल नहीं है। अब उनके पोस्टमार्टम और उसकी कार्रवाई के लिए डॉक्टर को निर्देशित कर दिया गया है और उनकी परिजनों से संपर्क किया गया है ताकि उनको अन्य कोई असुविधा न हो। इसके लिए संबंधित अधिकारियों को निर्देश दिया गया है कि उनके साथ कोऑर्डिनेट करके आगे कार्रवाई करें।
Akshita Nandgopal joins us live from the newsroom and Samarth Srivastav joins us from Lucknow. First, let's go to Samarth. Samarth, what really happened there? Of course, they were speeding like that on the highway, and of course, this was to horrify the entire nation because when you speed at 300, almost 300 kilometers per hour, this is your fate, and hope this serves a lesson to all who are watching.
Well, exactly. So this is such an horrific incident which happened, and it is more scary when you see the footage, the video which was recorded few minutes before the car collided with the truck, in which the 4 occupants, the 4 persons who were inside the car were dead because the speed was too much. As per in the video we could clearly listen in the video that they were saying that 230 to move the car above 230 kilometers per hour, and they were in a way trying to chase the speed of 300 kilometers per hour. That's a massive speed. Though it was the Purvanchal Expressway, but even in the expressway, it is clearly told that you should not go above 100 kilometers per hour. That's the fine speed for any expressway. If you go on Yamuna Expressway, Agra Expressway, or Purvanchal Expressway. But such a speed was in itself was critical, and that's what the video said. And also, it could be clearly heard in the video. At the end, one person out of the 4 occupants clearly said, "Hum charo marenge, all 4 will die," and that is what exactly happened on Purvanchal
And this is really, Samarth, not bravado by any measure. This is not what you call bravado. You're egging on the driver to hit 300 kilometers per hour. Not only have you killed yourself and put your life at risk, what happened to the truck that they collided into? Because obviously it could be nobody else's fault, and you run into somebody and then you risk somebody else's life too at this speed.
Well, obviously, but that's also a lesson for others as well, because if you move outside, or especially if you move on expressway, you will see many vehicles going right after you within such a speed. So it is important for them also with our medium that they should learn that how can they risk lives by just for entertainment or trying to chase somebody or just to cross one target of like reaching out to 300 kilometers per hour. That sounds funny, but that's quite dangerous. And that's what when we travel around expressways, we see it more often that people try to chase each other and try to raise as much as speed they can. As per the rules of expressway, 100 km per hour is the fine. It's the fine speed limit for any car.
You can also see the truck that they ran into, and these visuals are very gory, I must say. Akshata Nath-Gopal joins us from the newsroom as well. Akshata, just look at these visuals. What has been the fate of this truck driver who would have never imagined that a car which is speeding close to about 230 kilometers per hour, aiming to touch about 300 kilometers per hour, would run into them like this?
The last update that we got, Chaiti, from the authorities is that the truck driver is actually absconding because he's been booked, believe it or not, for this particular accident, this mishap. Also because the truck was coming in the opposite direction on that expressway, which is what led to this accident. But I think it highlights a slew of very, very serious issues that we need to take very seriously as a country. The fact that these youngsters, all of them, by the way, are between 30 to 35 years old, all of them who were in the car, they're all very much educated. The driver was a doctor. The one seated next to him was an engineer. There was a realtor as well in the car. They were traveling from Bihar to Delhi when they decided to take on this bizarre challenge of reaching 300 kilometers per hour. That's no joke. Any of us who drive, Chaiti, know that, you know, the maximum you reach is 100, 120, the absolute maximum while driving on highways. Imagine going nearly double that at 300 kilometers per hour.